wait, Ancestral Vision's even better, and that deck became pretty much one of the top decks. And then you saw decks like No Rug showing up and just doing better and dominating, and so you were getting top 8s where it was like several of each of those.
All right, so
speaking of
Ancestral Visions, there's one from Robert Graves.
From Robert, so the deck is still good. If this is indeed what he's playing,
that would be. I think I would be very attracted to playing a deck like that.
Oh, we do have the list. Okay.
And what do we got here? So Robert Graves. Oh, his deck looks sick.
Oh yeah.
Starts with 4 Snapcaster Mage.
Like it.
A handsome deck. We don't need to talk about it anymore after that. All right, JK. So we have 3 Jace the Mind Sculptor, Vendilion Click, Tombstalker. So is this a blue deck?
At least blue-black. We know that.
Ancestral Vision, Brainstorm, Mental Note. That's been a couple cards, draw a card.
I'm gonna.
Spell Snare, Thought Seize, Counter Spell, Edict, Go for the Throat, Dismember, Force of Will. So it's just like a straight black-blue. Did Jerry play a deck like this?
I think Jerry did play a deck like this. Jerry actually played a bug list last week. And
how did he do?
I don't know how he did. AJ top 8'd with it.
Okay.
AJ Soccer. So Jerry, he didn't do very well. Okay, but he did an interview on Inside the Deck, with like a deck tech for the deck, and
What's Inside the Deck?
Inside the Deck is like a video.
Oh, I did that one.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go. That's right, you did.
Yeah,
So basically, the idea was, what Jerry was saying was he wanted to maybe cut the green so he would be more resilient, more consistent. So he'd just be blue-black and be more resilient to Wasteland. I don't know why I was saying Mana Leak. Mana Leak on the brain from earlier.
All right, so Caleb is sacrificing a Blood-Stained Mire to obtain a Badlands. I know the names of the old dual lands.
Good, because for some reason, some of them I get mixed up.
Hinterland Harbor, I don't know the name.
Yeah, you don't know the name. Do you have any idea what that Hinterland Harbor is called?
So Caleb's deck, Past in Flames. So Manamorphose, an exciting one. Is he gonna try to go off right here?
It's possible. Like I'm not. I think I just want to sit back and watch what Caleb does, so I can completely...
Opens up with a Manamorphose. Let's do it. Can we tick on this?
What?
Storm 1.
Yeah, go ahead and just
Storm 1. Manamorphose. Thinking. I mean, if he passes, it will be embarrassing that I started ticking.
All right.
Okay, Manamorphose to the bin. Storm 2, Lotus Petal.
Another Lotus Petal.
Storm 3, Lotus Petal.
Mm-hmm.
Storm 4, Lion's Eye.
Lion's Eye Diamond, the Black Lotus of the format.
Storm
Rite
6,
of Flame.
Rite Flame. John Finkel likes a Rite of Flame. FYI.
Yeah. Banned in Modern. Recently banned in Modern.
There's a strong correlation between cards John Finkel likes
and cards that are banned.
And cards that are banned. Okay, so... Is this Cobble Ritual? Is that not thresholded though, right?
Correct. I believe I only see 4 cards in the graveyard for now. Yeah. Mire, Manamorphose, Flame, and Petal.
So Cobble Ritual, but still storms up.
Yeah.
So I believe the storm count is at 6. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. It's definitely at 6.
It would be a law if Caleb were like, JK, and then like, shit.
Go, yeah.
So the way, can you explain how Lion's Eye Diamond works and why someone would want to play a card that made you discard your hand?
Well, a lot of times you get to the point where you don't have anything.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's Burning Wish. So that's 7.
7 with Burning Wish.
Yep.
And so Caleb's going to use... What card is that underneath the Lion's Eye Diamond that he's discarded? It looks like a Goblin Chieftain.
It does look like a Goblin.
Is that a Pass in Flames?
Or it may be Pass in Flames. I think that's what it is.
So he goes for Burning Wish. And he's added...
Pretty sure that's Pass in Flames.
A couple of mana to his pool. Oh, Force of Will on the Burning Wish. So that will put the Burning Wish into the graveyard, right?
Yes. So now he's going to flash back the past in flames. It seems like such a complicated deck. Flashback Rite of Flame.
Probably gonna. I don't know how much black he has floating, but is he gonna sack the Lotus Petal to cast Cobble Ritual as well? I thought that was actually pretty cool how he got his Burning Wish counterspell so that he could flash it back with Passing Flame.
Yeah, Passing Flame's just. It's begging to be broken, and Caleb is making the attempt. Among there's tons of people trying to break this card, and I think we're going to see a lot of it. Over the next few weeks,
Manamorphose, so wicked.
Yeah,
From the bin?
Get the draw card.
That's so cool.
So
And he can convert the mana with the Manamorphose
into whatever
to black
card he wants,
so that he can cast the Cabal Ritual from the graveyard if he wants to.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know how much it matters whether or not he's going to use that Lotus Petal, because if he fails here, it's going to be hard to reassemble.
Yeah. So here he's going to attempt the Burning Wish again.
Burning Wish again.
It looks like it. He's thinking about it. He's put it back, so he may not be. He may have changed his mind. He's considering. Keep in mind, this is turn 2. So the Burning Wish has resolved.
What storm cards can he get that are cheap and easy to play? Oh, he obtains diminishing returns.
Wow.
Do you remember when the card
Time? I know what you mean. The new Time Reversal.
Time Reversal came out, and we were like, oh, this is going to be the big spell. This is going to be the limit of how expensive a spell can be. And I was like, I disagree, because we had a card like that. It was called Diminishing Returns,
right.
and nobody played it.
Right. Well,
except
Caleb's
for
playing it now.
me, John Finkel, and Worth Wolper played it in one corner case deck, and so actually, it's awesome.
So he gets it and he passes the turn.
Well, no, we're off to the next turn. Caleb actually ripped a land, and he's gonna go play his Diminishing Returns.
Right. Well, I just mean like
okay,
it wasn't. So all that storm counting wasn't important at the moment. I was kind of expecting something to happen there, but he actually just passed, and Robert plays a Mishra's Factory, I believe, and then passes back.
Robert has superb penmanship.
Yes, he does.
This is penmanship of 1/, negative, Ridiculous Hat. Ridiculous Hat has the worst penmanship of anyone whose deck list I've ever read.
So
Diminishing Returns.
Here he goes with the Diminishing Return.
Oh, he loaded it with a ritual, though.
Yeah.
So.
And Robert is reading it. Each player shuffles his or her hand and graveyard into his or her library. Exile the top 10 cards of your library. Then each player draws up to 7 cards. So that is resolving.
So when I was playing this the first time, I would play it in Eric Lauer, who's now a developer at Wizards of the Coast, working in Magic.
Mm-hmm.
He used to say, pick a number. And I'd be like, I don't know, 3. He's like, all right, you're drawing to draw 3. I will draw 7. Because it doesn't actually draw you 7 cards. You have to...
Up to 7 cards?
Yeah,
he would just randomly
he would just say,
like that?
He'd be like, oh, okay, Mike, just pick a number. I'm like, oh, I really like 5. He's like, 5 cards for you. I'll take 7. The other thing is there used to be a card called Cyclone, I think, from Arabian Nights, and it's before they had counters. If you look at an old version of Cyclone,
Is this it?
It says chips. So you have to put chips onto it.
Oh, this is on Chronicles,
Yeah,
so let's look at the Arabian Nights version. Put 1 chip on
So you put chips. So Eric Lauer would literally get potato chips and put them on. It says to put chips. And
chocolate chips.
there's a reason they called him the mad genius of Magic. He's like the #1 greatest deck designer of all time, according to many smart players. But a mad genius if ever there was one.
Fair enough. So both players now draw their 7. Caleb has now exiled the top 10 cards of his library. Robert doesn't have to do that at all. Actually, cannot do that even if he wanted to.
Ooh, a Gitaxian probe.
Gitaxian probe from Caleb.
So Caleb stormed one, so he said Cabal Ritual to begin with. Are we in agreement that he did that?
Cabal Ritual.
And then number 2, Diminishing Returns. Number 3, Gitaxian probe.
And he's writing the same thing. No, he's writing down his opponent's hand, which
it's completely incomprehensible to me.
I think it's Tombstalker, Underground Sea, and I'm not doing this in order, but I think there's 2 Tombstalkers and Underground Sea. Something.
I think that's a mental note.
I think that is mental note. It does look mental note-ish. And yeah, I wonder if we're able to see. Are we able to get the judge to tell us what his hand was in case? I don't know how important it is, but
I mean, it's important when you're playing a deck like this one against a deck like that.
It's important for Caleb to know. I guess if it's important, we're gonna find out when a spell shoots out of his hand.
So mental note.
Yeah, there's a mental note from Robert.
Take note. And the cards flipped over were Creeping Tar Pit and I believe Swamp.
I think so too. Unhinged Swamp. He has an unhinged island
and
there.
That poor Ancestral Vision still has not fired.
Yeah, it's just sitting there.
He's never gonna fire.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was Caleb's 3rd turn. This is Robert's 4th turn.
So I can't tell what card that is. Is that a Thoughtseize?
Yes.
Must be. Okay.
Thoughtseize, yeah.
All right. So Caleb reveals. Cabal Ritual. It looks like Dark Ritual. Cabal Ritual. Is that Dark Ritual? Mercadian Masks Dark Ritual.
It looks like Mercadian Mask Dark Ritual, yes.
So, no, but the other one is the Saga.
Like Saga Ritual, yeah. I'll double check that.
I'm pretty sure that's what I've played.
It's just
both
2
of those
different
rituals.
dark rituals. Yeah. So yeah, that's the one the first one, and then the Mercadian Masks one is
Brainstorm,
Burning Wish,
and was that Past
another
in Flames?
Past in Flames, yeah.
Okay. So he's gonna have him
Thoughtseize
remove
the Brainstorm.
Okay. I'm not gonna keep Storm count for Robert Graves. Did you mind?
Fair point.
Okay. I'll say, so he's got Force of Will, so in with
the Mishra's Factory. That is one of those, like the dual decks Mishra's Factories.
Oh my gosh, he just drew the Brainstorm.
Wow.
What a filthy, filthy man.
What a jerk.
It's not a jerk. I'm
just joking.
That's a sicko.
It's fun to say, what a jerk.
It's a sicko TD, or not a jerk.
If he plays a spell Skype here, I'm going to say, what a jerk. And that was why we were saying it yesterday, anyway.
Yeah, but Spellsky's not really relevant in this matchup.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's not jerk-tacular. Like,
not at all.
If he plays like...
I don't have to make sense here.
He plays like a... What's the name of that Ivory Mask artifact that we saw?
Witchbane Orb.
If he plays a Witchbane Orb.
Jerk.
What a jerk! He played Witchbane Orb again! Yeah, that's
all right. So
like,
he brainstorms and Robert's like,
if your Robert's like, what a jerk!
Yeah,
he's in full on what a jerk mode. And Robert still has not drawn from the Ancestral Vision.
He's like, I have an Ancestral Recall waiting over here.
This is the worst.
Can I get on with Robert is thinking.
I mean, if Caleb, does he have Thoughtseize in his main deck?
Caleb, let's see. I don't see it.
Song, Burning Wish, right? Brainstorm, Past in Flames, Spoils of the Vault, Ritual, Metamorphosis, Chaxian Probe, Lotus Petal, Brain. Oh, he has 4 Brain Freeze in his main deck?
Oh, wow, he's gonna.
Oh, this is not a fun. This might be what a jerk.
I mean, that's what he's trying to do, though.
He
hasn't attacked Robert at all. I mean, Robert's attacking him. What is he supposed to do?
He's just defending himself.
Exactly. He's just playing cards, doing nothing. Robert's like, I'm attacking you. I mean, I'd be mad, too.
All right, here it goes. Dark Ritual.
Yeah.
So we open up with Brainstorm. 1, Brainstorm. 2, Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual number 2. We were correct. There are 2 different art of Dark Ritual.
Yep. The fact that you abbreviated Brainstorm with BS is exactly what I think Robert was thinking when he saw that Brainstorm.
All right.
So we have 3.
And then you just ship again. Ship.
Yeah. Go.
Brainstorm Ritual.
Good thing there's no mana burn.
What is that? Spoils of the Vault. That other card there to the. Can you look it up?
I have it. Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah.
So
Judging from this.
Can you read that to the squad out?
Well, it's an instant for a black. Name a card, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal the named card, then put that card into your hand, exile all other cards revealed this way, and you lose 1 life for each of the exiled cards.
Oh, it's like a terrible
demonic
consultation?
I mean, yeah.
Alright, so he just Axiom Probed, revealed a single Force of Will.
An Ancestral Vision.
Is that a spell snare?
I want to say there's
Yeah,
Tombstalker.
Spell Snare is not good against Caleb's deck.
Tombstalker, another Mishra's Factory, and a Spell Snare, yeah.
Alright, so
So it was blue card, Force of Will. And then Tombstalker, Mishra's Factory. I think that was it.
Spoils of the Vault.
No, that's Cabal Ritual.
Oh. Oh, Cabal Ritual. So he basically needs to obtain 2 must counters, right? That's what we're at here.
Yeah, or yeah, he doesn't have a Thoughtseize, so that's what we're already trying to figure out.
Thoughtseize is actually quite dangerous because, let's say for sake of argument, he takes him 11 cards to get with Thoughtseize to no longer cast it.
Yeah, you're right. So, ooh, there's a Manamorphose apparently. Yeah, there we go. So
I'd
Manamorphose.
force this Manamorphose, for sure. Yeah?
He lets it.
He lets it in. Caleb's tied up for me. He just has black, right?
It looks like it.
Yeah, if you force the Manamorphose, it's...
He's stuck
He's
on all
cold,
black.
right? I think he's thinking about it. Yeah, like, see...
And
what is that?
Is he hard? Oh no, he plays
Oh,
Spell Snare. That'll work. Yeah.
Okay.
Funny, we
There
were
we
thinking
go.
how it wasn't good, but it actually seemed
it's
perfect
very
right
good.
there for the Metamorphose. So, and see, and if that makes his whole turn fizzle, this is exactly the kind of thing I was talking about when you're just
He
like.
knew there was a Spell Snare, though.
Yeah, he did, and I mean, he may have planned for it. I mean, he's obviously it's a very complicated deck, very complicated kind of interactions, and every time we've seen Caleb in the shot, he's looked exactly like that, where he's thinking really hard about how exactly he wants to do this.
No. We all just ate a Panera.
Yeah. I don't like Panera's apples. I don't know why. Just
How do you like them apples?
yeah. How do you like Caleb's apples? Well, Manamorphose got Spell Snared, so Robert did not like those apples.
And he's still got the Force, and he's gonna draw up now.
Right. So.
Oh, he's gonna obtain some sort of a Lotus. That's what he's gonna do.
That'll work, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he's already lost 1 LED, possibly more. We didn't
But he
see
can
what,
get the Lotus Petal.
Right, yeah.
We don't know what's not
Right,
there.
right.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. He's already lost at least 2 Lotus Petals and 1 LED. We saw when he exiled his cards. It happened so fast. I kind of missed what all was there. But he exiled 10 from the diminishing returns too. So he may have lost more than just those. And in fact, that may be what
he's
he's
making
looking
sure.
at. Yeah, there's a Lotus Petal there.
His deck has, I believe, only 3 Lion's Eye Diamond. So let's all 3 Lotus Petal. My apologies.
And 4 Lion's Eye
So
Diamond.
Lion's Eye Diamond. That will affect his math, perhaps.
Right, because he's going to lose a life for every card that gets exiled until he.
You know
finds
what?
that.
I think that actually the error here was casting the Brainstorm. If he cast the Brainstorm on Robert's turn, he would have had access to the blue, and then he could just freeze him. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards have already been cast. Then he would have cast 2
Does
more.
he have Brain Freeze? Is that what you're
There's 4 Brain Freezes in his deck.
Oh, I see. You could just look for the Brain Freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah. Uh-oh.
There it is.
Pedal. And that is
12. So he takes 11. He's on 1.
wow.
He is skinning this one real tight.
That's a close one.
Cabal Ritual.
Wow.
But we know there's a Force of Will in his opponent's hand.
Yeah. And is he just going to force of will the Lotus Petal, which is exactly the example I said before the entire game started? Like
I think
force of
you
will
let
the
him
right
have the Lotus Petal and you Force of Will the Burning Wish. Or what's
you could
the
do
last
that.
card?
Yeah, you could do that. I think it is a Burning Wish. But I mean, so there's it's a Pass in
Oh, it's
Flames.
Pass in Flames. But he doesn't have any more red. Yeah, I'll Force of Will that.
And that's it. Yeah, see, it's like you force of will the right card, and they just can't. It's just like that was. I need all of these cards to work, and you get the right one.
That's so subtle, actually. Am I correct? He has 4 Brain Freeze in his main deck, right?
Yeah, I didn't see any of them.
It was casting the Brainstorm that got him in trouble.
Because if he didn't use if he had used the brainstorm during Robert's turn.
Yeah, he just cast the brainstorm on Robert's turn, and then he has.
Well, didn't he just draw the brainstorm?
Yeah, he doesn't have to use it now.
Oh, so you're just saying
his hand had no plan, right?
Yeah.
So for the first spell he cast was the brainstorm, right?
Yeah, that was the first one.
And he doesn't probe until after 2 dark rituals or something.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're saying he should have just passed the turn, then used the brainstorm.
Brainstorm, and he has the blue unlocked, and then he could have gone blah 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 blah, and taken the exact same route, named Brain Freeze instead.
Right.
And then frozen graves, with 1 loose blue, which he didn't need to use to get the Lotus Petal now. And then Graves can force a will it, and he's milled for 45 cards or something. Right? Look at how many spells were cast this turn.
I think, I mean, he definitely had Storm Count for whatever. DI.
And he could have maybe had loose mana to even go like Flashback, Past in Flames, Brain Freeze a second time after the Brain Freeze is in his graveyard. Am I incorrect on this?
I see what you're saying. I'm just trying to think of all the different, because if he brainstorms now, he's like you said. I understand. Like now he's got that blue unlocked and pretty much can go on the same plan. But Robert still has his option as far as what he wants to Force of Will. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, but it's
Force of Will is irrelevant against the Brain Freeze. But if he Force of Wills the Spoils of the Vault, then now he can't find the Brain Freeze, and that was all wasted.
Yeah, people don't Force of Will the Spoils of the Vault, though.
I guess.
Anyway,
if he would have, that would win
had
the game. So people should think about
in his hand.
Yeah.
He had a Passing Flames in his hand. And
right.
There was
So then he would have. You're right.
Mana.
You're right.
So you could just cast a Passing Flames if that happened.
That's true.
Okay?
That's true.
And then he just goes and takes the same turn a second time, and then double freezes him.
Yeah. So if he does Force of Will Spoils the Vault, he can Past in Flames. If he doesn't spoil,
I think that's what he's thinking right now.
Spoils,
He's like the brainstorm was it.
Yeah. If he doesn't force the spoils, then he can just get the Brain Freeze. Right?
I might be wrong about that, but I think that's the. It's so hard to follow the sequence, but I really think it was the brainstorm because at the beginning we're like, ooh, what a jerk! Robert duressed his or Thoughtseize rather his brainstorm, and then he just top decks another one.
Right. Somebody says the turn before Durward was tapped out. We're not talking about the turn before. We're talking about him passing the turn.
We passed this turn.
He passed the turn and then used the brainstorm at the end of the turn. Yeah, he didn't even have the brainstorm at the end of Robert's last turn.
We had a brainstorm, but it was Thoughtseize.
Right, exactly.
And then we're like, what a jerk!
Yeah, that was the whole what a jerk stuff. So.
But I thought the whole sequence to get the diminishing returns was hella cool. Yeah?
It's definitely, gosh, I sound like Rain Man. Definitely. No, it's very much fun to watch these Storm decks kind of unfold in front of us.
Caleb's sideboard. It's got. Do you think Pyroblast is going to come in? Probably against this deck. Pyroblast
seems reasonable, yeah.
A desirable card.
Robert has an additional Thoughtseize. All right, so he has a third.
Is Leyline of the Void a highly desirable card in this matchup?
With Past in Flames being so strong, seems like it wouldn't be terrible, but it takes a spell slot. I think you first bring in him and Thoughtseize for him and a Thoughtseize.
5 cards.
So 5 cards. So now first find 5 that you can take out, and then see if you can find room
to go for
Leyline.
Dismember. That's only 4.
Okay. And you want
Ancestral Vision seems slow to me. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it does seem slow. It
never fired.
Never happened there. Yeah. If Caleb waited another turn, doesn't the Ancestral go off?
Yeah, but so?
I mean, it doesn't win him the game. It may eventually cause him to win the game. That's true, but that's the whole thing. You stop them from going off, and that's why Robert was able to win that game. So.
After the match.
Yeah, I'm just getting it ready.
Is Mental Note a commonly played card in this kind of a deck?
I think it's kind of a new. I mean, it sees a little bit of play, but I know
That's just to
Jerry, I think, mentioned it.
Obtain Threshold.
Yeah, I mean, it helps. It helps the Tombstalker thing. Gives you more Snapcaster.
Oh, Snapcaster fodder,
right.
sure.
So right,
okay.
it's basically. I think the deal was this guy. Either he talked to Jerry, or I think this is basically what Jerry was talking about changing from last week deck to this week, and so I think that's what Robert's doing. That's my guess.
Antoine Ruel, when he won his Pro Tour with just straight black-blue Psychotog, played 4 Mental Notes, and that was kind of a weird card in that deck. And then Richard Feldman won the first PTQ of the season after that, and he played very similar to Antoine's deck, but he just replaced it with Peak, and a Mental Note with Peak, and it was just like the most insane change ever. Because like you're playing Tog, and then like the Tog deck at this time was so powerful and so good. Like if you just knew what your opponent's hand was, you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna tap out and play Tog. You're dead next turn.
So Caleb goes Lotus Petal, Underground Sea,
First turn
Rite of Flame, Cabal Ritual. Is he gonna try to go off on turn 1? That's incredible.
Jacob Rickard, Stefan Bonaparte, Everett Engelhardt.
Is that a Cabal Ritual?
That is Cabal Ritual. Now it's was that Pyretic Ritual? Which ritual is that?
Looks like Seething Song.
Yeah, I get them all mixed up. All those red rituals, the names all mixed up. Seething Song.
Warrens.
Empty the Warrens for how much?
10.
Oh wow.
Fun game.
Yeah.
Robert right now is like,
just like
I don't
10.
have cards that are good against that.
10 go. It's just look. I love the goblin tokens. We need official Caleb Durward goblin tokens that just look like that. Just say 10 on them. Just mass produced.
I love Caleb just like shrug go. He's like flipping his hand.
Does anybody have paper?
Robert is literally smart. He's like, I don't even have a card that's good against that.
Suspend Ancestral Vision?
He doesn't have a card in his sideboard that's good against that.
His best turn 1 play is to Suspend Ancestral Vision, which is like,
oh my God.
Nice. You can Ancestral Recall a couple turns after you lost. Wow. That's ridiculous.
Is this deck blue enough for you? The Pass and Flames deck? He's got Brainstorm. 4 Brainstorm and 4 Gataxian Probe and 4 Brain Freeze.
You know what this reminds me of, strangely, that we have Kibler sitting here? Is it reminds me of trying to go infinite on Ascension on the iPhone app, where you're like trying to put things together. You don't
I've never played Ascension. I keep asking Kibler to teach me how to play, and I don't know how to play Ascension. I would have probably bought the app 3 times by now. You know how many iPhones, iPads, and iPods I own?
Just play
all of them.
It's like you're trying to get the right pieces, and then somebody else buys the take an extra turn one, and you're like, your opponent buys that, and you're like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Forfeit. Never mind.
This is like when
Doesn't
adults
matter.
hear
Kibler
me
knows
talking
what I'm
about Magic.
Anybody,
Like,
or when you talk about Street Fighter yesterday,
yeah.
I had no idea what you were talking about. I was like, I know who Zangief is. That was as much as I understood of what you were talking about. But anyway, Noyan wants to know your opinion on High Tide.
I don't know. Noyan, I played 2 Legacy tournaments in the last year. How do I know what my opinion on High Tide
He just
is?
wants to know if you like the card because it produces blue mana, extra blue mana. That's all. No,
I like Caleb's deck. That seems wicked.
Noyan wants to play his Candelabras, as do everybody that
foolishly owned a
everybody
Candelabra.
that bought Candelabras, and then Mental Misstep was printed, and just
Now they're good again.
Mental Misstep was printed and made Candelabras
Yeah, but
bad,
now they're good
and
again.
now they're good again. Right. So everybody wants to know when they can play their Candelabras. And
Caleb's deck seems like the wickedest because I don't know any other decks that just do that take 10 on turn 1.
that was really cool. And
on the play,
I don't typically like combo decks though because it's like it's not like playing. It's like playing solitaire, right? I mean that's probably a better example where it's like, yeah, you're doing stuff, but I don't care what it is. I'm playing solitaire, and if I get it, I get it. If not, I don't.
I mean,
Underground.
Robert doesn't really have that many answers, right? He's got 3 Spell Snare, 2 Thoughtseize, 2 Counter Spells, and 4 Forces. Like another Thoughtseize and some hymns in his sideboard.
Yeah, it's the hymns and the Thoughtseize is that he's
like this doesn't seem
he
like
needs to resolve.
Like there's so many counter spells that you have to be so respectful of counter spell.
No,
you got to Jimmy Jam, especially if you're playing a Storm combo. Storm combo decks can you play 2 threats, like one of them is gonna Storm, right?
Oh, it's strong, I think, for sure, and I think Past in Flames makes it just really, really redundant.
Please see him at your earliest convenience. Also,
So there's a Leyline of the Void starting
if you're still in the room,
the game with Leyline in play. Seems
That didn't even.
it wouldn't have mattered last.
Wouldn't even have mattered last
No,
game.
exactly. That's why I said it's the last thing. I'd put the Thoughtseize and the hymns in first, and Leyline's last. But Robert with a fetch land, Caleb with a fetch land. Go.
Well, those fetch lands have names: Misty Rainforest and Bloodstained Mire. I know the name of the old dual lands.
He's all excited.
Like if somebody plays Wooded Foothills, I will know what to call it.
Probably Wooded Foothills.
Yeah. Oh, you're such a smart ass. Probably Wooded Foothills.
That makes two of us.
A smart butt. Smart bum. Smart buttocks. I know this is a family show. I'm usually with my kids, age 4 and age 7, so I have to restrain my language. And now I just wanted to cut loose a little bit with the donkey-style talky talk.
I don't blame you.
Is that a Mistress Factory?
That's a Mistress Factory, yes.
This is look.
No, it's a dual decks.
I have 5 different Art of Mistress Factory in my
That's
binder,
not
and
it.
that's not one of
That's
them.
not one of them, no. That's the Elspeth versus Tezzeret, I believe, dual decks Mistress Factory, which I saw and I was like, oh, it's super exciting, and I still just play the old ones because I like
They
them better.
look way better.
Yeah. I just thought it was cool. I was like, oh, new art, very cool. And
How
then
many
I changed
Mistress
my
Factory do you get in Elspeth versus?
I don't know.
How much does that
I didn't buy
product
that.
cost?
Probably like 30-ish.
So if you just buy like 4 of them, then you get like 4 Mistress Factories at least.
Yeah, I mean,
Is it a good deal then to buy these kinds?
no,
of
Mistress
sets?
Factories aren't worth all that much.
Oh, okay.
Depends on which ones. If you have like the old
The ones
black
I
border
have are
ones,
sick,
yeah,
though,
yours
right?
the old black border ones, like the cheapest black border one is like $10.
Okay.
Okay, but the
Well, what if you have,
winter
like, a
one,
winter
the
one?
winter one's like 60 or something. I don't know, something like that.
Mine's played.
So it's like 58. I don't know. Just so all right, Caleb actually
Right
cracks
of
his fetches,
flame.
cracks his fetches and goes right of flame here. Fetches immediately exiled, as is the right of flame.
Oh, actually, that's relevant because Rite of Flame can't have the rebuy bonusing.
Draft open players.
Right, Past in Flames is dead.
Ritual.
Of the dark variety.
So what's he got floating? Like RR, B.
Another ritual.
Ritual. RR, B. Ship.
Yeah, go. Ritual, go. Triple ritual. It's a triple.
Lion's Eye Diamond.
2 of them.
Ooh, how does this even work?
Lead. Yeah, the real cheap.
What is
Mistress
this?
Factory.
Spoils of the Vault?
That is that does look like Spoils of the Vault. Yeah.
So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 spells have been played, and his mana situation is 2 R's and 4 B's, I think. Is that correct?
I don't know. You're keeping track.
Force of Will.
Force of Will on the spoils. People do Force of Will spoils of the Vault. Well, at least Robert Graves does, and I agree with that. Oh, Pyroblast! No!
Oh! I can hear what a jerk. Let's go.
What a jerk! We just need sound bites for that, right?
What a jerk.
Real cards!
Oh, so we have Mistress Vice.
Mistress Factory
Mistress
prices.
Factory prices. A fall Mistress Factory is 30. A spring 50. Is spring that's the one from like Chronicles?
No. These are the spring is the one from
So
Chronicles.
spring 50, and summer 40, and winter 80.
Right, but then the 4th edition one. So there isn't one from Chronicles.
$4.
4th is $4. That's the cheapest one, and the dual decks are like $4. Yeah.
So I have all of those nice.
Yeah, and there are there's a Korean version of a Judge Foil, so there's those kind of special ones, but.
So Spoils of the Vault looks like it's gonna. So what do you get here? You can
See,
get
the
whatever
thing
you
is,
want.
If Robert has a mental misstep in his hand, he loses. But if he had it in his hand 2 weeks ago, that would be very good against the Pyro.
So it actually matters. What do you think Caleb's gonna get? Is there a gross source of card advantage in his
There's
deck?
another spoils. There's a Rite of the Flame, Gitaxian Probe, Cabal Ritual, Lionside Diamond, Volcanic Island, Burning Wish, Past in Flames, which is a dead card right now, Brainstorm, Lotus Petal, Gitaxian Probe, Underground Sea, Manamorphose,
He has
Seething Song,
not quite enough mana to
Pyroblast,
cast Burning Wish for
Manamorphose, he's gonna kill himself,
Agony.
Brainstorm,
What did he go
Lotus
for?
Petal, Lotus Petal, he's dead. I think he didn't get. That was probably his last one. That's why he stopped. That's now he's just looking. What is he looking for? Brain freeze? I think he just lost. He just killed himself with spoils. The spoils that his opponent tried to counter, trying to do him a favor, keep him in the game a little bit. No, you don't want to do that. Yes, I do. I'm forcing through your force.
Yeah, and he had 18 life.
Yeah,
or whatever.
that was 18 cards. That was just unfortunate. And that's the danger of playing a card like Spoils of the Vault. That's the entire thing. That's
Oh, maybe he was going for. No, he couldn't have been going for Warrens and
not
Silver Red, right?
brain freeze. I mean, he didn't have access.
He
no
could
blue.
get Lion's Eye Diamond.
Oh yeah, so he had access to blue. And what was his Storm? Was that all this?